Going to South Florida for the weekend, loading everyone in the plane. We'll tell you about a parachute in a second. My wife does the heavy lifting with getting all the children settled. I inspect the plane and double check weather. My baby girl. Leaving terminal, get our clearance.
Michael Juliet Barack clearance cleared to extend me a file.
Everyone's ready to go. Our plane is a Cirrus. We have a parachute in case of emergency. If something can't be remedied, the parachute can be pulled and it'll let us down to the ground safely. Now back to our trip. Quick headset adjustment.
Thank you.
2.5-hour flight instead of a 9-hour drive. Flying our plane is just like flying in an SUV or minivan. We often bring our own food and snacks. Early morning flights are often better because the air is cooler and smoother.
I have to say this. I'm going to get back to the video, but this is amazing. Seeing this black man, this black husband, this black father, showing and exposing us to a different side of our community that exists. It exists every day. We just don't see it. It's not in the media. It's not portrayed as often as it should be, if at all, to be honest with you. But just seeing this is beautiful. So I want to be intentional about making sure you understand that I'm covering this for a purpose. And we're going to get into it. But this is excellent, man.
Landing in Florida. We pull into signature and they pull our rental vehicle plane side. We made it just in time for lunch. Family time's the best time. Thanks for flying with us. If you want more of this on your timeline, hit that follow.
Amazing. This is intentional, on my part. I think I'm of the opinion that the world needs to see more of beautiful black excellence. I think it's intentional that so much of our media has highlighted the black community in ways that are derogatory, in ways that are closed-minded, in ways that heighten stereotypes, in so many ways that minimize the impact that we are having on the world, the impact that we're having on our families and the next generation. And I, for one, didn't grow up, exposed to a lot of money. My dad was in the home, my mom was in the home, they were married, thank God for that. They raised us up in the church. But I never knew the possibilities of life. Not because I didn't, go to school and I didn't get good grades, but it's just I wasn't exposed to it. I didn't see black men with families flying airplanes, being engineers, becoming doctors. All we knew about was going to church, being good in school, because the emphasis, at least with my dad, was on behavior in church. That's where the emphasis was. And I think those are two great things, emphasize bringing up children in the instruction of the Lord. That's biblical. Emphasizing proper manners and behavior, that's important. However, to not expose your children to the possibilities is a shortcoming, and parenting doesn't come with a manual. So this is not a video of me taking a shot at my dad or my mom. My mom especially was supportive of my academia. She always came out to my honor rolls and stuff like that. So this isn't a shot at them and their parenting. It's more so of me wanting to just make sure I highlight, black excellence. This channel is about, inspiring the world to live with hope. And I believe more black people need to be made aware of the possibilities that are out there for us. More young boys, black boys, and even black men like myself. I'm not interested in being a pilot, but the fact that this is even possible is just beautiful to witness. I tell people all the time, I know some really, really smart guys. They're black guys. These guys are super smart, Ivy League smart. have done things that inspire me, but the world don't know of them. You know, they know rappers like Boosie, they know athletes like LeBron. You know, the world knows about them. These are black men, and I'm not, you know, especially someone like LeBron. I'm not, you know, shunning his journey to success. But I'm making it clear that, you know, that's not all we are. We're not just athletes. We're not just rappers and entertainers. And honestly, I'm not even a fan of a lot of the rap and what it means for our society, for our culture, and for our black community, and what it has done to our young boys and girls. But I believe it's vital for us as black people, men, and even our women to know that there's an excellence in this life that is available to us. We need to be exposed to it at times because we haven't seen it, but our path doesn't necessarily have to be entertainment. I don't know what this man, this husband, and this father does for a living, but I know to fly a plane, you got to have a license, and you have to pass tests, and so he must be some sort of pilot, and or have a pilot license. Then, you know, it also costs money. And, you know, you're going on family vacations and doing the things that all these things require access to resources, exposure, and belief. And in order to really get to this place to where you're living it out, you're going after it, you have to have a hopeful mindset. You have to be inspired that it's available to you. You know, you have to believe that no matter where you started, you can get there if that's what you aspire to do. Especially when we keep God first and there's opportunities available and we've positioned ourselves well, it's possible. I just want to give a shout out to this brother and what appears to be a beautiful family, you know, doing family trips and all of that. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You're inspiration. And I also want to say to all, you know, to all my black brothers out there who maybe weren't exposed and are seeing things that, you know, they may feel like it's too late. It's not too late. You know, set your mind to what you want to do, get in the right circle, ask the right questions, pray to God, ask for guidance, and I'm telling you, it's possible. You know, your start may be later and your arrival may be later, but you can get there. And yeah, that's just what I wanted to do with this video. Black excellence is a beautiful thing. And to those who, you know, because I know people will try to make it seem like, oh, this isn't about race and all of that, you know, and how if you're a man of faith, why are you even talking about race? And I don't like when that happens, because essentially it's ignoring the very history of how we've been demeaned, dismissed, degraded, rejected of opportunities, and our communities have been infiltrated with gross things intentionally to destroy us. It's like ignoring all of that. But when we talk about striving for excellence and saying we can do these things, and for me, focusing it on the black community, black men, it's like, oh, now you're slighted by it, rather than actually articulating, hey, I understand why there's a need to speak to this, because so much damage was done. History tells the real story, and it's important that you speak these things and articulate these things and push for men who look like you to strive, men to look like you to believe, men who look like you to have hope. So I just don't like when they're dishonest, intellectually dishonest, and honestly, in my opinion, it's that hidden hatred, to where they don't even realize. Some of them realize it, but some don't even realize that they hate us. You know, they hate the idea that it's possible that we can do these things and make leaps and bounds in a society that's supposed to be equally available to us, but hasn't been. But that's a whole nother conversation. But y'all get the point. Let's push for black excellence. Let's push back against the things that's been fed into our communities, attempted to make us think that we have to sell drugs, that we can only be entertainers or athletes, and the opportunities that we don't get to be exposed to all that's possible for us. Let's get to it. Let's make an impact. Let's strive for it. Let's inspire the world to live with hope. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I'll catch y'all in the next video.